In this video, I'm going to show you how to format text in Microsoft Word. Now the first thing we need is a new document. So I've opened Word and I'm going to click on blank document. And then, because it's a new document, I'm going to check that my paper size is correct, set to A4, which it is. And then I'm going to save my work so that I can easily find it in the future. So let's add a place. So let's go to Browse and go to my documents, and I could go to a folder to put my work, but I'm just going to put mine straight into my documents, and I'm going to call mine Demo Formatting. There we are. That makes it easy for me to remember to save my work and to make sure it's got a sensible name, so I do that at the beginning. Now next, let's put some text in, ready to be formatted, and I might even just zoom in a little bit. So down at the bottom, I've got this little zoom bar here, and I can zoom just to make that perhaps a little bit larger and easier to read. Now, our formatting in Word is normally done through our Home ribbon here, and you can see we've got different things that format our text in different ways. So I can play with my font here, I can play with my paragraph here. Another way I can format text is to select the text and then right click, and it brings up these contextual menus that allow me to change the formatting. But I'm just going to use my ribbon up here. So to make this bold, I'm going to click the B for bold. To make it italic, I'm going to highlight and click the I for italic, and it puts it on a slant. To underline text, I go to the U and underline. But this is something I don't do very often in computing. And the reason we don't do it in computing, well, there are two reasons. The first is that the underline cuts through descenders, which can make it hard to read. The second reason is when something's underlined on a computer, it often means that it is a hyperlink and that you can click on the text and it will take you somewhere else, maybe somewhere else in the document, or maybe to a web page. So it's not something that we do very often. If we want something to stand out, like a title, we normally make it larger or we make it bold, and sometimes we do both. So we don't need to use underline very often when we work on our computers. So if we want to make it bigger, or we want to change the font, we can highlight the text, and then up here I can click the little down arrow and we can look through all the different fonts that we've got available to us in Microsoft Word, and generally at the top it keeps the ones that we've recently used. So this one currently is Arial, so let's change it to something like Bauhaus 93, and there it is. If I want to change the size of the text, I highlight the text, and up at the top here I can choose a new size, so I can make it bigger or I could make it smaller. If I want to change the color of the text, just again in the font section, you can see here it's going to turn it red, but there's a little down arrow and I can choose a new color. So say I want it orange, and now we've got some orange text. The next few formatting tips are all to do with paragraph formatting. So currently our text is aligned to the left. If I click this button, it will move it to the center, and if I highlight this line and click this, it will move it to the right, so it's at the right hand side of the page. Now these items I'm going to turn into a bulleted list. So up at the top here you can see I've got bullets and I've got numbers, so I could make a numbered list or I could make a bulleted list, and at the side I can choose the style of bullets that I might like. So I'm going to go for this little arrowhead here. And so that's made 3 items into a bulleted list. If I want to add a new item, I just press enter at the end of the line and I can put item 4. And if I press enter, it gives me my next bullet. And if I don't want any more bullets, I just press delete and press delete again and again. And then I can write my next line. Full stop. And interestingly, that's gone to Times New Roman, which is not the same font as this. So I might just change that and change it to Arial so it matches. Now, if I don't want any of this formatting, I want it all cleaned up, then I can select the entire text. And I can right click. And it's not there, is it? Now, if I don't want any of the formatting that's here, and I just want it to be our standard formatting, I can highlight all of this. And over at the side where it says Styles, I can click Normal, and I'm going to click Normal again, and it hasn't worked either. Now, if I don't want any of the formatting that I've applied here, I don't like anything that I've done, then I can remove it by highlighting the whole lot, and then up at the top it says Clear All Formatting. And if I click that, everything returns to the basic font that the page has applied to it. So that's Calibri, size 11, like so. And that's how to do simple formatting in Microsoft Word.